Fertility is certainly a very common issue that a natural practitioner will seek someone for, probably because having children and having a family and having loved ones is one of the most beautiful aspects of the human experience. So it can be one of the most painful ones if someone can't fall pregnant, and people will spend a lot of money, in my experience, if they can't fall pregnant. I mean, every round of IVF is not cheap. Usually, at least in Australia, it's over $10,000, and people go through cycles of these. But very specifically, a natural therapist will come in and support reproductive systems in a man and a woman, and poor women get blamed for everything. So often it's important to make sure that there's usually a man involved and make sure he's being supported too. But we will bring herbal remedies, lifestyle support, even exercise programs if need be. But the bottom line is, making sure that a man's sperm count is strong, making sure the sperm aren't just high but they're motile. I've seen amazing things. I worked with my father for years, and I used to see him help women fall pregnant, sometimes in 2 to 6 weeks. And I used to see that sometimes, nearly 100% of the time. It was phenomenal, some of the things I used to see. But when we're being more world-class, when we're being more holistic, I think one of the details that makes people a world-class natural practitioner as opposed to an average or a good or a below average is making sure that all the other systems are working properly too. The first thing that we'd do if someone saw us or one of the practitioners I've trained or someone around the world to fall pregnant, the first thing is get on reproductive support. There's certain herbs around the world like black cohosh and different things that traditionally have been used to help women become more fertile. Now obviously you want to be intelligent, you want to see your naturopath or see your GP or see your treating practitioner before you just take herbs off the shelf, because they all carry risks. So you want to be intelligent, but certainly you need herbal support for the reproductive organs. The second thing is you need to be clean, because your colon sits right next to your reproductive organs. It's very, very important that your large intestine reabsorbs 2 litres of liquid every day. Every day, and you can imagine the filth that most people's colon is in, so you don't need 2 litres of filthy liquid right near those reproductive organs. The second thing is you need to get on elimination diet, elimination detox, make sure you're clean. The third thing is you need to make sure you're fit and physically strong. The fourth thing is make sure your partner's on it, because most of the time we tend to blame ourselves, and I can't tell you how many couples I see where one of them's blaming themselves and the other one's doing nothing. And the fifth thing is make sure that you really know your cycles, map your ovulation. That's the biggest key. Your cycle should be roughly 28 days. It can be longer, it can be shorter. One of the most useful ways is teaching women how to use their body temperature and different things to make sure that they know exactly when that egg is dropped. And can they map it specifically every month? Does it drop at the same time every month, or is it irregular? Your eggs, your sperm are cells, and your cells are the quality of what you put in your mouth, what you eat, what your genetics are, what you're breathing, what you're thinking, your environment, the people you spend time with. So someone who can succinctly make sure, and by the time you're infertile, you're in trouble. So there's a lot of things we can bring to the table in the aspect of fertility.